So I asked a black belt one time, advanced black belt. Shito-ryu karate as a black belt. And I said, so what do you learn after your black belt? Oh, you don't have to train after your black belt. I left that day and never came back. Okay, first off, put this down here. We form a whole circle around each other. We did this last time. I know you boys don't know this because you haven't been to this, but circle.
Can you hear us?
Circle. Okay, you're going to do 10 key eyes based on, I'll give you a count for every key eye. Ready? And the 10th one is long. Ready? Hey! 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 Poof!
Hey, the neighbors are awake.
All right. I got to stretch my knees a little bit here before I can go down to Seiza. His sense is not as young as he used to be. He is older.
He's not as old as he's getting.
That's right.
It's a hearing. Are you hearing this?
That's right.
Okay, I just want to make sure you're getting our audio, right? You heard that? Crowd. Okay, but I think you should mute everybody with field sessions. Okay. All right. I'll let you handle it from there.
Mr. Grisante, do you have something planned or something? Because everybody's in place except.
Yeah. I'm on. Sweet. Say so. I'm going to mute some of you. Hudson. Yare. Sensei, hey. Ochigai, hey. Shaman, hey. Hit.
So before I start, I just wanted to let you all know this is kind of a test. We're on Zoom, coast to coast, and also in Greece and Cyprus right now. So we're just see how this is going to work. This is going to work. The purpose behind the Zoom is an attempt to pull Koikan together internationally. So these clinics will be ongoing if it's receptive to everyone. I'm not shoving anything down anyone's throat. It's up to them. So if this goes as planned, you'll walk away with some knowledge, you'll walk away with some courage, you'll walk away with a deeper understanding of Koikan, and that's what I want. There's so much to learn in martial arts, in Koikan by itself. You want to go here, back up a little bit. Agura. So, if you got a bad knee or something, yeah, you take a different stance. I understand you boys are kind of older than me. And don't trip over this. That's a question I want to cover about older. About older. I'm 80. And these type of events is what encourages me to go on. to be honest with you. They give me the lift, the light, the love, the drive. This is all I have. You. So first of all, I want to salute the international guardians of Koikan, the senior people in Koikan, and all the Budo practitioners. You're basically a compass for other people. You're messengers. Don't consider yourself just in martial arts or just a black belt. You're a guide. You're a representative of principles. Principles in Budo, in Koikan. A system that's got honor, integrity, depth behind it. I'll bring up a few things that I've learned from my teacher today and how I carried it forward. Thank you to the Zoom people who put this together, Sensei Scordilis, who helped promote this program at the Taikai, Sensei Rhodes for his directorship in putting this together, and Spearing Sensei in Michigan right now that's receiving input from people around the world. So this is a test, just so you know, this is a test. So please recognize, if you would, at this moment, the founders and the leaders and the practitioners that made my life and everyone else's different in the country. Sensei Frost, Sensei Kaludis. I'm very honored that I found this system. This was a struggle to find this system. And I'm very honored that I found the teacher of teachers of teachers in Michigan when I got out of the military. So the Koikan heads, recognizing Mr. Sizer Shihan, Mason Shihan, the Koikan Auxiliary Board, Coast to Coast, the Sarah Sensei Santa Barbara, Ogden and Rose Sensei SLO, Nico, who is visiting, Nico Sensei, visiting from Vegas. Where are you at? Oh, how can I miss you?
I'm too skinny.
And Jackson Sensei, who was supposed to be here and didn't make it, unfortunately. So that's the way it is. Let me do this anymore. So as we go through this, you can ask questions. I'll say any questions. Give me your questions. I don't know. I know very little about martial arts. And I've been in it a long time. I consider that a little. It takes a lifetime to learn it and a lifetime to perfect it. Let me just say this out of the gate in reference to you, the leaders, the new leaders of Koikan. People that make a difference in their own lives, in their family, and in others who follow you. You're changing the wave of Koikan. I look at all of you and I think, what did I start? What did I do? What is that background noise? Please.
You need to mute everybody in the background, please.
And so we're going to do a short warm-up today, and I'm going to go right into Kata. The reason I'm going to go into Kata first, instead of some of the strategies and fighting strategies that the Sarah Sensei knows very well, will probably work with me on this a little bit. That would normally be what we'd be starting with, but I had to switch it around because this Zoom will only be about an hour 15, and I wanted to get through the Kata. I'm trying to coordinate more Kata. Now, there's always going to be a difference in Kata. I have a couple other points. Hold on a second. Let me start off. There's always going to be a difference in Kata. There will be slight differences where some guys, some teachers, some masters will get older and say, no, don't do it that way anymore, do it this way. If you've been taught a way to train in your katas, in your dojo on the East Coast in Greece, just follow that path. You don't have to change anything I show you. What I'm just going to show you today is most likely some bunkai, some kakushite, the hidden aspects, the hidden hand techniques. First, I want to say this. Aside of being so honored to have you in my life, this is a quote I want you to listen to. And I really appreciate people when you get here on time for things like this, or turn around and go back, because everybody's connected and it's disconnected when you come rolling in here 10 minutes late. My teacher said, you come in the dojo tomorrow? I say, yes, just get there on time. If you're not on time, don't come in. A strong man isn't just muscle and confidence. It's controlled discipline and the will to rise no matter how difficult life becomes. He doesn't fold under pressure. He grows through it and doesn't seek validation because he knows himself. Sit down. He shows up for others and never forgets to show up for himself. So when you go to the dojo, when your students come to the dojo, they expect you to be there. And the teacher expects you to be on time or it's unimportant to you. My teacher always said, how important is karate to you, Jackson? I said, it's everything. He said, we'll never forget that because it will be everything. And today, it is everything. He owns his mistakes, learns, adapts, then Kyohin, adaptability, and never backs down from a challenge, or in many of your cases, a fight. He's been through pain, bruises, broken bones, bad knees, bad backs, frustration, anger, rejection, failure, and you rise because it sharpens you. It makes you different. You have a gift, and that gift you have is twofold. It's knowledge and spiritual strength. You pass that on to people. So remember this. Like all storms, you're going to have your storms. You'll pass through those storms, and you'll come out the other side a different man. Some will be more difficult than others. Some will be dangerous. Some will be family issues, but you'll make it happen. You'll make it work because you learn a tremendous amount of independence based on your training. So philosophy, which I practice a lot of and read a lot, hard for me to remember things now. I can see things starting to slip, so I'm trying to work on my brain. Is good. Principles are good. Challenging yourselves are good. Learning is great. But you have to have a discipline, or it's just empty air. Just words that go nowhere. So you showed up for this today. That's the difference. You didn't have to come here today. Are you okay, Mr. Golis? Every day is a fight. And as a martial artist who wants to achieve greatness in his own life, you approach life that way. It is a fight. It's a fight to get up, fight to clear your mind. It's a fight to deal with kumite and your pain and your frustration. But life is a fight. Providing for your families, providing for yourself, and leading the charge. There's nothing easy about that. And for you that have children, it's truly a fight to make sure they're well, healthy, happy, and grounded. So I commend you all for that if you have children. You have a warrior soul, people. There's something that has drawn you into this. Might have been self-defense, might have been getting in shape, might have been just discipline. dealing with facing odds and impossibilities, discouragements. But you came through those discouragements where many people can't. That's why you see so many come into karate and quit. It's long term. It's not 6 months and you're a belt, 1 year and you're another belt, color belt, or another rank. It takes a lifetime to understand this stuff. And you've been with me, many of you have been with me since when, Sensei?
85.
85. How many years is that? 41 years. Still vertical, still training, still leading, still energized, and still loving what you do. Most people go through their entire life totally distracted outside of themselves of dealing with everything else out there. Then they come into the dojo twice a week for an hour, perhaps, each time, and they have these expectations, black belts, of becoming a black belt. You train all the time. On your off days, you train. That doesn't mean going out and killing yourself. If you're 55 years old, go out and do 50 push-ups. Go out and do some deep breathing. Go out and do a little kata. Get your minds right. Then you're carrying the art with you out of the dojo as well as bringing it back. So it just connects you more. It makes you more of a pure leader of martial arts because you're buying in and you're protecting those principles that you've been taught to follow. Teaching people. For anyone around the world, teaching people. You can teach people technique, but more importantly, teach them how to live, how to think, how to deal with frustrations, and how to fight. Black belt. Black belts. Don't underestimate that. What do you do after you achieve black? Where do you go after black belts? Can anyone answer that question? Anybody? All of you ask at once. Answer is one.
Back in the dojo, Sensei.
Back in the dojo.
Start all over.
Okay. Anything else?
Learn how to teach beginning.
Yeah, find a paddle. Absolutely.
Once you become black belt, the answer for that is it's time for me to polish everything I learned. It's all polishing. It's renma. Perfecting your kicks, perfecting your punches, perfecting your movement. In the Koikan, I teach a lot of movement. The reason I teach it, because I've seen it even before Koikan in samurai movies, in Budo, other dojos in Japan. It's movements, position, it's timing. And it's crucial. It's crucial when you fight one or more opponents. So black belt is renma, means polishing. Renma, to polish the spirit. Because when you're doing that, you're polishing an inner piece. Inside, you're polishing the inner piece of you. What's going on inside, you know? So, I have a quote. I've been built by pain, shaped by failure, empowered by purpose. You are those things. You are those things. So what we have between us is kind of an invisible thread. And what's in that thread? Common ground. Our normalcy isn't what's going on out there in the world right now. Our normalcy is getting ourselves right. I was asked one time at an event, say, what do you want from life? I said, I want to be a better man. I want to be great at something. I want to stand up against all the odds and deal with it. I want that. And I got a lot of that. And I'm still on this new path now that I turn 80 to try to better myself. A lot of times people let excuses stand in their way. You know what? That's their lies. You know, that's their lies. All right, kata. What does kata mean, people? What, anybody? Form. And what does that mean? What does it mean, form? It's a way of doing things. Everything in Japan is kata. The way you walk, the way you ride the subway, the way you talk to different levels of people. There are no garbage cans in Tokyo. There's no garbage on the street in Tokyo. Everything is precise and exact there. So in your kata, doesn't only have these benefits that we know of, such as virtues, inner control, compassion, passion. It has all these things wrapped up into one. So when you leave the dojo, you've got to leave the dojo, you got to go, wow, that was great. That was great. It's got to connect you. Advanced kata, which many of you black belts are now moving into, the meaning of it can only be found through really pressing yourself through the kata. And people say, well, how do you build that fire? How do you really get that energy going? And you have to force yourself to bring that fire out. So I tell people, look, when you go through kata, and I'll try to explain that a little bit more in a bit, you've got to become real aggressive. You can say anger. Anger is not a good word, but angry, aggressive about getting through that kata. So things start to feel strong within. And it's not just building a punch or a kick or a technique as you go through it, or movement. It's actually getting the entire body to work in your favor, to compress itself every time. And that's your conditioning. Every time you compress those moves, your body's gaining muscle memory. What the hell is that? Hey. All right, so, any questions?
Yes.
All right. So I've picked a kata for this because it's relatively simple. It's called seisan. And does anybody know what seisan means?
5-4.
Hmm?
Same time 4-3. 3 battles.
No, close.
13.
Huh?
13.
13. You very good. You do know something. You do.
Yes, there's a lucky guess.
The perfect compliment.
So in various different systems, Gojo-ru or Uechi-ru, many of the styles in Okinawa have this kata. It's one of the oldest katas. And one of the 13, depending on the teacher of the system, it can mean 13 hands, 13 techniques. They connect things. Different teachers use different analysis for those katas. So we're going to be doing that today. All right, so I want to warm up a little bit. I want to break this stillness. Now, if there's something you can't do, because this is not going to be a conditioning program out of the gate. So this is for the eyes of the world here. Okay, let's start with some Gyatsuki and Ki on guard. Come on. And you'll notice, I read a post once where a guy says, I don't know why people chamber their hand to their hip every time. Do you know why? Anybody?
Turn the body and retract the cover hip.
But why do they chamber it on the hip?
Muscle memory, Sensei.
Help you turn the entire torso.
Okay. Anybody else?
Power.
By chambering the punch on the hip, you pull more muscle together because you have to turn. So that's Newton's law of physics. So it builds depth, penetration, and power as you apply it. And that's why it's done in the beginning. All those kids and all these beginners, even the guy you start that's 50 years old, you chamber it. You don't do that later on, black belts. You should not have to do that because this punching from here, boom, is a lot of power. I can generate a lot of hip power. That's the other thing that's important. Koshi power, Koshi hip power. But when you're training, you're not going to fight. You're not going to get into a stance like this. You're going to be in a stance like this, normally. Or this, element of surprise. Can be any number of things, but you're not going to do this. So by the time black belts, brown belts too, brown belts, black belts, and advanced people start punching without chambering the hand, the power and the muscle contraction is there. You have to use your entire body. So when you're doing this, everything it turns into it. Now, like I said, here now, I can do this here, I can do it here, but it doesn't have to go to the hip. You're not going to fight like this.
Hi, Sensei.
Hen ki ai. I'm fine. Subi. Heikodashi, which is seldom taught in. See, I had the honor of training under Sensei Frost. Boxer, fighter. And so he integrated a lot of his boxing techniques with tension in Koikan. That's what you've all learned. Right? You've learned the tension that I taught, that I learned, that he learned. Boom, 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 right? So, you have a stance called Heikodachi. It's a boxer's stance. On guard. Heikodachi, right here. Okay? And your knees are slightly bent, or it's called broken. All right? So now, we're up to a boxing stance, right? And so now, same thing. Watch my left hand. Boom! Watch my right hand. Boom! No. Yudansho. Okay? So now, from here, punch, ki-ai, and punch. Second punch. Do a couple more techniques and we'll go right into kata. All right, back to kamae. Guard, standard guard. Okay. Your inside weapons are your uppercuts, your elbows, stomps, sweeping, things of that nature. So you're going to do two moves. Inside blow, follow up with an elbow. So you're inside, boom, boom! Elbow on the end. Now, let me ask you something. Are you putting everything behind us? Are you really? Are you really? I still didn't hear you. This is Budo. So with every move that you make, every breath that you take, and every exhalation on a move, you're creating energy. Once again. Yeah! Handai! Koshu. So I'm going to pick a couple moves out of Seisan Kata, and you're going to practice those moves just like you do in class. I teach 8 methods of kata, methods to go through those katas. Why don't you move over another one? Yeah, move over the whole person there. There you go. There you go. Good. Okay. Good. All right. No horsing around. No horsing around. All right. So, on guard. Come on. All right. So you're going to do this. Okay. This is your stance. Seisan stance. This is Seisan stance. Down, like this. So the depth of your front knee should be like a 90 degree. Try to get down to here. It's hard. But that way you build up the glute and the quads and the hamstrings. Okay? So from here I want you to take your hands, open hands, and I want you to take this hand like a sotuke. Okay? And you're going to pull your right hand across in front of your body, and you're going to go like this. And this hand is going to go like this. And then you're going to go like this. Okay? So, again, you're going to go like so. 1, 2. Here. 1, 2. So, when you do that, I'll explain it during kata, but you're drawing them in. This has several reasons. It's either a grab, joint reversal, or it's a choke into the neck, which I'll show you in a minute. Now remember, katas are templates. So what you'll see sometimes as explained by me is a little bit different than the kata because that is the self-defense aspect or the usage aspect in the street. But the template is the same for everybody across the country. Is that understood? Okay, on guard. Come on. So now you're going to do this. On my command, you're going to go 1, 2. And you're going to go back. 1, 2. 1, pushing down. And this arm ends up not like this, but palm heel. Palm heel is called tenohida. Down. And it should line up with your quad and back like this. Boom. This one here lines up with your shoulder. Okay, ready?
Hey.
Ready? Hey! Hey! Come! Hey! Remember when it's slam it down. Nothing soft here. All full power. Hey! Hey! Come! Hey! Go! Good! Hey! Good. Hantai. Same thing, try it slow. Hey! Hey! Some! Hey! Oh! Good! Head! Hot! Ho! Ho! Good. Listen. Okay, stagger up, one down. Okay. Another part of the kata with kia. On guard, come on. Okay. Okay, so now from this position here, I want you to go up. Let's see. All right. Go to this point here. Okay. This point here. Let's see. Okay, this is stabbing down into your opponent's lower belly and grabbing his obi. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. You're here.
You want right brush, correct, something?
Here. Hey! There's that move we just learned. Okay, so watch again. You stabbed, and you pull his hands back, palm up on the hip, fist. Okay. Hey! 2 kicks. And the first one is low. First one is low, and the second one is about the knee. If he collapses, who knows where the kick's going to go, right? Again, practicality, logic. So you're here, stabbing, grabbing, hey! Boom. Down. Okay? So when you make the stab, sorry, stab, and you pull it in, boom, here, you're leaning back, here, ay, bang. Okay, ready? Here, open here. And come. Ay! Again. Hey! Toe! Nice, Mr. King. Ha! Nice, Sensei. Ha! Ho! So that pole is made as you kick. And you break his leg. Once more. Ha! Right. So what's going on here is you're stabbing. You're going here, and the belt, and then it's whack. Okay, whack, whack. And of course, anything else can take place. So
I want to show you one of our
Okay.
head instructors from California.
Okay. So now, I'm going to take one other piece and then we'll go through the whole thing. I want to use, okay, this one here. So everybody, you're at this point here, coming down this the second run. So you're here, bang. Okay, now the next move, just watch. Watch again. All right. Well, what that is, sir, I'm actually grabbing him. This is a nage. Hold him, hold him. This was a block or a break here. 1, 2, and then you're reaching up under his arm here, throwing. All right, so right now, go to this point here. Hey! So when you do that, I come up, 1, then I land, throw, throw. And from here you do an isometric move. You pull, good. Then you punch right hand, punch left hand, punch right hand, lean over, and kick. Come over this side. And you pull in again. And then from here, punch, punch, punch. This is a very simple kata, but this stance has to be built. This stance has to be built. All right, so now, let's go to that move with the throw. On guard. Come on, come on. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Here we go. Up. Back. And pull the hand in when you do, when you're here. Bang. It's not a real loud Sanshin style move. It's just, that's all. Hey! Draw it in. And again. Hey! Draw it in. Good. Hey! Come! Again. I want you to kill it. Your life's on the line here. No games, no points, no playing games. You're killing the target. Hey! Pull him in. Again, no kiai. Hey! Hey! Come on! Hey! Go! Good. Musubi Shinkokyu. So that method, taking one piece out of the 8 kata methods that I teach, is number 7. You got to number these 7. Okay? All right, so I think those two will cover that, except for the next point. So back up a little bit. I'll show you the next point. So you can sit or swaddle. Okay, so, and believe me, I'm just coming down off a shoulder operation, so I'm kind of holding back a little bit. Bear with me. So from here, I come up, and I don't have to look that way. I can use the peripheral vision. I can go like this, here. So I'm here, this hand, here, pull in. This is still open, Then it'll close. Close, one turn, close, it's tight. Then I lean, same thing here. Pull in, one, close, two, close, three. The next piece here is this. Fumikomi. Keep this arm in front of you, here. Up, what I can. Then, hey! So that move, after you kick, is elbow, what I can, uchuki, sotuki, bring it around and cock it, and suriash with the uraken. Okay? So, from here, 1, 2. Okay? Okay. Go around. Open up. Come on, so I'll go. Questions so far? So, the way, for example, even I'm a little winded now. So when I use proper breathing in the kata, I use compression at the end of the blow. Most people don't do that. They tighten. And when you perform kata, normally you can't hear all that noise. You can't hear it. You can't hear the audio, except for the kiai, or his keikogi, or the snap of his kick. We hear those things. I practice with breathing. So, for example, the first move, I'll show you that. And also your stances in almost all Sanshin style katas are parallel. They're parallel. All of them. Not this way, they're not this way. They're parallel. Step together, touch, and bow. Out. Cross. Here. Next move. These are double blocks. Then that move I showed you. Hey! And here it is. Same thing. Morotes. Neck, rib cage. Morotes. Neck, rib cage. Back to Haisoku and Hachiji. No. That's okay. I don't need that. All right, line back up. I'm going to do it now. So you're going to have to do some half stepping here. Okay? All right, first. So we'll take it down to the first part. Okay? Seisan kata. Seisan kata. Once again, Seisan kata. Seisan kata. Right? Hey! Forward. Hey! attention. Watch the mirror. If it's lost, look at other people. Hey! Hey! One. 1, 2, 3. Some. Hey! Hey. Hey. Done. Half step. Hey. Yell. There's your new move. If you don't know it, just step off and watch. Hey. Don't get ahead of me. Punch, punch, punch. And go. Fumikon, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ha! This is done. Hutch. 2. San. Suck it in. Go. Hutch! Right? Okay, a little rough between the edges, but step in the right direction. Okay. Questions?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you sweating yet?
I
No, you're not. No, you're not.
on the inside.
I want you to switch places with Becerra Sensei
Hustle.
because I'm going to use him.
Thanks. Everybody does. Everybody does.
Question?
Yes, Sensei.
Hi.
And there is 2 kicks on that, correct? It's
Yes.
2 kicks, and the second one's the key.
Yes.
I see.
Yeah. I'm actually the first one. Just when you key, I have to run through it all. You know, like this. Hey!
I Sensei.
The last
Tomo
2.
Sensei. Right.
All right. So, another point about kata, it's real important, is you see me compress things. What I do is I'll stop. I'll make a move. For example, let's say that first move, bang, and I'll go, or I'll go. I'll do that every time, and then I'll look at myself. Now, the reason that's done is the body is recognizing contraction through the muscle and through the breathing, the exhalation of the breathing. That's all contraction you do every time. That is the conditioning that really you want to put into your kata. So from there, 1, 2, you know, out. I'm sorry. Here. 1, 2. 1, 2. So I do that with all my katas now because it's a check and balance I use. And that's kind of number 3 of the 8 methods, which I'll go through some of that with you. All right, so let's do it again. I know.
I Sensei.
Ready? Hey! Really? I want you to keep your peripheral vision on this gentleman right here.
I Sensei.
Hey! Son? She? Go. Rock. Go. Hutch. Half step. Hutch. Hey. Go. Hey. Up. Suck it in. Exhale and go. 1, 2. Kick. Roll it in. 1, 2, 3. Hut. Ho. Hut. Ho. Hut. Yeah. Pull it back. Exhale. Right. Oh, right. Good. All right. Questions? Question. In all the katas that deal with breathing of this nature, Sanshin style, you want to be careful how you punch. So, when you punch, for example, here, and you draw in, you know, let's see, you can see it there. When you draw in, you pull it across the knuckles, nice semicircle, and pull it back. Now, I don't just go to here. I go right to here, and I, see, understand? Okay. Now, when you punch, for example, here, it isn't like this. This way. And you want to make this difficult? Get into your guard again, like Sanj, like you're going to make the punch. Now, when he punches, Sanshin style, I want you to try to scrape your entire forearm and your fist and your elbow against your rib cage. Hard. Do it. Now all of this was used just then. And the body is now behind the blow. When you don't do that, back again, and you wring it out like this, the body's not behind this air here. Screws your shoulder up. Okay, so in all Sanshin you teach, any type of Sanshin, it's always this. You've got to slide it. It's twice as hard. So right now I want you to go into your stance. Okay? Your Sanshin stance. Right foot forward. You're good. Okay? And I want you to do that with the striking arm. That's all I want you to do. Ready? Go. That was too fast. You did that too fast. This is slow, 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 slow. It's slow. Ready? Same hand again. Okay? Pull it back. Now. Pull it back again. Do it again. Beautiful. Do it again. Moisto. Switch your stance. Do we have sweat? Okay. I need tears too. I'll look for blood later. Okay. Right hand. 8. That was wrong. Again. Good. Stay right there. Stay right there. All right. Now look. And once you make that move, and it's out here real nice and tight, just feel that tight. Okay. 5 more. Ready? 8. That is Sanshin. 8. Good. Again. Rest. Shinkoku. Come here. Hey. All right, so one thing that's important on Dark Sensei, same thing. Okay, draw it back. So I pulled it right in front of the fist, nice summit. That doesn't have to be fast. Just everything is poetry. Everything is artistic. Everything is defined. Nice sweat. If you want to make a difference in yourself, you can't go halfway. And also the other word that connects all this, be aware of what you're doing. So when you're looking in that mirror, look at yourself, look at yourself, look at yourself. Right. Focus. Kime. Or it's empty. It's an exercise. You go to a gym for exercise.
Aye, Sensei.
Okay, the other point. Go ahead. And another thing, I see a lot of this. Relax. See a lot of this. This is no good. It's got to be like a fist all the time. That braces your wrist joint and gets you in a habit of holding those knuckles correct. You don't want to do this. I see a lot of people do sodukis and they go like this. No, it's straight. Everything is like an iron. Make your arms like iron. Okay? All right.
Sensei.
So those are some good points. Elbow in, slide it slowly, and balls to the walls.
Aye, Sensei.
Serious business. Everything you do is a
Cut.
fight. It's a fight. You want it better, stronger. You have to tell yourself, you're dead. Look out. Stand back. Here I come. All right?
Aye,
All right.
Sensei.
All right, let's do the kata. Here we go.
Aye, Sensei.
Feet are parallel. Pull in. Touch. Bow. Back out. Hajime. Eight. That little move with your foot, that's called shimente. It means grinding.
Aye, Sensei.
Eight. Son. What's the next move? Okay. So this next move is like this. Watch my hands. Just watch. Bang. This teikubi ski is a wrist strike. Boom. This is a block. And it's not a flat block. A lot of times I see people going like this. No. Harate, the strike or the block with the open hand is correct. But in the kata, it's tenohidas. Tenohida, palm heel left hand. Same thing, palm heel. Boom. That's what it is. All right, so we went here, right? Now you have your three. Go. 1, 2, 3. Slide. If these close, and then you open them and go. We'll just go to number 3, and then we'll do the side move. Did you hear me? Okay. 8. Now let's do the side move on this one. Ready? Go. Hold it in. Hold it in. Punch. And go. Suck it in. 1, 2, 3. Hold it there. Hold it. Shkodash. It's not my kagemidachi. It's shkodash. And go. Turn. Come. Hot. Marote. Hot. Marote. Hot. Kakite. Hold it in. That's not a fast pull-in. Hot. Come on, breathe. Okay, you're breathing in the back. Back sucks back there. I didn't hear you at all. I'm bow. Right. Okay, back up. So the idea of getting angry, anger is not a good emotion to use in karate at all. But to be aggressive is important. So when I make that move, 1, 2, I'm going to get aggressive now. Aggressive. Aggressive. Hesitate. Up. Pull in. Up. So I'm trying to put everything I can in every blow. Not just the arms, not just the... Everything has to come together. It makes you whole. And before you can become whole, you have to practice pulling yourself together so that works. When you do that, my mind is distracted like massively. Because Because I've taken my mind off everything except that. Even I'm gripping the tatami. Your toes are important. Your groin is important that you push out. Stomach's important. You're breathing. Crucial. First thing you do after you pop out is you breathe. The last thing you do before your heart quits is you breathe. Breathing is everything. It's the essence of life. Everything around you is breathing, and it's all energy. So how do I capture that energy? I become assertive. I become aggressive in my training. I want to win. It's battle-oriented. It's a battle mind that you cultivate. It's the fighter's mind. So when I go through kata, that's what I'm doing. I've got that fighter's mind. Boom! I've got that feeling, that emotion, that drive.
Aye, Sensei.
And in fighting, you develop tremendous intuition about what's going on because you have a calmness inside, even though it looks like it's raging outside, and calm inside, and calm inside.
Aye, Sensei.
But that's how you turn it on. People say, how do you get the fire? That's the way to do it. No half punches, no half kicks, no half effort. Everything, 110%.
Aye, Sensei.
That's why you have to go through the battle, Sensei. If you don't go through the battle as you've gone through,
Right.
you don't understand. They're not like-minded if they haven't walked in your shoes, if they haven't bled the way you bled and powered on the mats the way you have.
Well, you did too, just like me. And what he's trying to tell you is that you need this exposure. That's a good point. Exposure. How do I, at 50 years old, how can I train again like I was 30 or 25 or 28? You're black belts, right? So what do?
Keep going.
You
Push it. Keep pushing. Stay healthy.
what you do is you redefine. You reinvent yourself. You've got all those tools from all those years. And so you come up with a plan that works. And you know where it starts first? It starts here in the mindset. The mind gets it right, the body will follow. Most people just go through kata for exercise and maybe to win a championship or just to go through it and show their teacher. Oh, no. You've got to come out of that kata and go, wow. Well, that sucked. Or wow, you're amazing. I see him do kata and I go, I want to go back. Can't go back. I want to go back, but I can't. To see that dynamics. So this young fighter here thrusts me forward. So you reset the ink on the canvas by coming in here and doing this with me.
Aye, Sensei.
You're a cut above the rest. You can go to the gym, you can go to jog, you can do all those things, but here in kata, and at the edge of battle and failure is where you find your worth. You don't have to prove your worth, but where you find it yourself. And if you don't do that, you're guilty of defeating your own purpose. You understand? You defeat yourself by not being committed to a program. You look at some of the people that train a lot, such as myself, such as Mr. King, such as Sensei Saiza, such as all these people on the people that stand above, stand out, and don't look like a face in a crowd. They're pretty dynamic people because they made a decision. You have a choice. Either make the choice or go home and sit on the damn couch. So you have a chance to find yourself, a reality about yourself, which is unbelievable. And you're not tapping into it unless you go 110%. You push yourself to the edge all the time. Simply, quote unquote, you fight. Okay, questions? Anybody? I love this stuff. This stuff is me. It's part of my essence.
Right.
When I look at this, I think, gee, Sampa Sensei, you did something right. You had to do something right. So 45 years, I think I've been in Santa Barbara. I don't know, I lost count. I come in, I hold this class, and I see all the loyal retainers, all the followers of Budo, and the believers of Koi Kan and what it's about. And you have just touched the tip of the iceberg, folks. You just touched it. Questions? So remember, kata is a form of everything. The way you fold your clothes, the way you make your bed, that's all kata. The way you sit at the table with your family before you eat, You wait for dad to pick up his first fork before you eat. It's etiquette. These are etiquettes of life in the Budo that we learn. Stand out. Don't cower in the shade. Stand out and be somebody. I go to the airport, I do a kata in the airport. I go to a party, Sabbath Sensei, I'll do a kata for you. It's a test. Because then you've got people looking at you, go, oh, can I really do this? So you're testing your nerves of steel and a heart of gold wrapped in softness. Like, okay.
Since I have one question about the kata.
Yes.
Okay. The kicks are the two kicks, ankle and knee, or what?
Yeah, the first one is normally low. I don't do well at this like I used to, because like I said, I'm reinventing myself, a new version. So the first one, this foot's got to pivot when you do that. So this foot has to turn, unless you got hips like Sizer Sensei. But this foot here, you can see that pivot. Watch here, see that pivot there, and then 1, 2. So the one kind of comes down, bang. Second one, boom. You really break his leg. So the first way, the eight types of kata. I'll show you the first 5. And you can apply this in your dojo. Number 1 is the walkthrough. Feinstein Sensei on the East Coast used to walk through every kata every day. Sensei Frost would walk through your katas every day. Doesn't take a lot of energy, but it takes discipline.
Right.
Get your ass off the chair and do something, right?
Right.
So she'd do them all walk through. That's number 1. The second one, anybody? I've been teaching. What's the second one, Mr. Myers? Tai Chi. Just soft, no power. Soft. And just watching yourself. See how I lean forward? Soft. Tai Chi. So if you're older, I've got a long ways to go, I hope. If you're older, that's a good way to go through your kata. And stop! Stop at it's like 1, 2. Question yourself. Question your own authority. Am I right or am I wrong? Here. Boom. Okay? That's number 2.
Sanchin, number 3.
Sanchin, number 3. Very good. Though you've been absent for 10 years. It's nice that you still remember those things.
I think it was only 9 years since.
9 years. Okay. Number 4 are the 2 inside types that I use. Number 4, A and B. 4A is using isometrics. A good one for isometrics, explain it to you. Let me take, I'll use the same kata. Number 4A, okay, it's like this. Everything is tight. And you can make that breath instead of it at the end. Boom. That's using compression, okay, of the breath. The other one is just like when he was doing Sanchin. Sanchin through the whole move. And it can be a hard Sanchin or just a constant. Or with a hard breath in the end. So now you're looking at me and looking at these things. You're totally undistracted from anything in the world right now. So that compression or combination of both, it's like, those compressions and breathing is fixing me. I call it a fix because what happens is that I just got every muscle in my body to compress. I lost all consciousness of what's going on around me, even though I'm aware. It's like you're unconscious. I'm kind of unconscious a lot. But even though you're aware, you're still able to think and look at these things. And so that amount of time, like today, is taking you away from everything outside in that world, is you're doing this for yourself. So when I talk about Koikan training, I'm talking about a gift of healing. Because what you've done is expanded your lifespan. You expanded your life, hopefully, here by putting yourself in a training position which uses exercise in the way of martial arts to become a better person. So that helps me to become a good person. Only if I force myself. But if I just go through the motions, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's like point fighting versus full contact fighting. I think you fight full contact sometimes, don't you?
I heard.
Not today.
Points don't count. If you're in a tournament, that's the game. Well, if you want to play points, fine. But can you hold yourself up in a situation? Most black belts get their asses kicked out there because they don't know how to fight. Or they've done a little bit here, a little bit there, a little. You got to do a lot. But for me, I'm obsessive about this because it gave me life. You give me life. Is that something to be obsessive about? I think so. I think it's pretty great to see you people here after all these years, 40 years or so, still pushing the envelope. Because there's something here that, yes, I can give you, but you have to search for yourself. It's within. It's like God. It's in every cell. It's you. Okay. So, any questions about the copy? All right, so you got this point about the fist can't be turned, right? Okay. And it slides in, slides out.
Licensing.
I felt myself pushing even against the ground as I do it. I've created these habits in myself. So it's like thoughts become words, right? You think of something, you say something. Thought comes first. Okay? Words become action. I think I'm going to train. I go to train. I train. Action. Action creates habits. And your habits, in turn, create your behavior. Because now if someone comes out of a restaurant, I kind of go this way, you know? If I walk into a restaurant, I kind of turn sideways. It's an awareness you build. Sensei Frost and I used to talk about this. Of course, part of his life was in a bar as bouncer. So he got to test his ability all the time. I mean, all the time. An all black bar. Only white Irish boy in the bar. So he got to test his abilities and skills there. And he would take that experience, write it down, go back to the dojo. 5,000 more makiwara. That wasn't hard enough. You know, but that's his life and my life. All I want you to do with your life, and I would like to see, is get as much from whatever you do here and out there. I'm not asking you to be a lifer. You can want to be a lifer in Budo. That's fine. That's great. Then we can have more dojos that will go in the future. Questions? Comments?
Sensei, you mentioned earlier that you reinvented yourself, or you are in the process of that. How did you go about doing that? What did you think about? What did you rule out? What did you have as a goal?
Ruled out. That's unfortunate. I ruled out a lot of the kicking repetitions that I was mad about. Do them over and over and over and over and over. Because I love, because that's the zen of karate too. The battle of karate, the repetition over and over and listening to yourself and breathing over and over. And that tempers the body. And so what I reinvented because of this surgery and because of this surgery, I didn't have brain surgery. I'm just kidding. Not yet. But is what can I do to still find my way? Well, number one, it's a discipline and a program that works for you. You can combine push-ups, sit-ups, whatever you want to do to strengthen the body that work for you and your kata. So I just went through that kata with a bad shoulder. You know, you can do it. I healed my left. I don't even have a rotator cuff in the shoulder. It's gone. But I worked around it for a long time so I could still punch, and do kick, punch, and do things that feel good to me and make it work. At least to make it work. I'm not fighting anymore. I mean, you know, I'm not going to fight you or you guys would kill me. I know that. I'd run.
We don't know that.
Run away. I run away very fast.
Right.
I like that smoke screen, Sensei.
Yeah, exactly. That's the trap. That's the trap.
We've seen that one before.
Yeah, I heard that one. Yeah, thanks.
Hey, I'm laying money on you with Ogden right now.
No runner's good.
Where's your Hachimaki?
And I think I can still
We are a happy crew.
Sensei, but in that process, as you say, you rediscover yourself, you actually become more efficient, correct? Because where you take for granted, you didn't really think about your punches, you rolled it over. Now everything's so tight and so effective, it actually makes you faster and actually more effective.
Sure.
Because you've gotten rid of all the airspace and become more.
That's a real good point, the space. Airspace, that's a good one. I like that. No, I really do. Airspace. It is airspace. And so when you teach, if you teach somebody, most people don't know how to teach. I mean, I've seen black belts, that's it, bringing Lee up a little bit. Oh, bring it up this and put it up. The most boring thing I ever could see in my life in martial arts when I went into Taekwondo dojo, some of the other dojos, Shotokan, doesn't make any difference. And it's boring. I was bored after 2 minutes watching the teachers. So it's not always the technique. It's how you administer the lesson. How are you living? And another things I get from my students, and I don't get enough, I said, any questions? No questions. What the hell? You got to start talking about things you need in life a little bit. You got to open up a little bit in the dojo to your teacher. Most people are afraid to ask a teacher because don't ask Sensei any questions. You'll get in trouble. That's what he's there for. You can talk about the traditional and honor and all that stuff, but you've got to ask questions. If not, you can go through life making a mistake, like a kick a certain way you were never taught right, and it's going to be that way forever. You can't correct it. It's difficult to correct it after habit moves in.
Sensei, on that line of thought, you know how you say you learn Kata on the East Coast, and then there's variations. How does that relate to actually fighting, their style of fighting versus ours, or Greece, or Venezuela? How do you connect those two?
Connect Kata and fighting?
No, fighting and letting, they're going to say, oh, you got to do it this way, you got to do it this way. And you say, well, I wasn't taught that way.
That's a good point. I'm glad you said that. Then how were you taught? Right way, the wrong way, their way, our way. I used to tell people, look, if you can be a bad MF, you know what that's, in the dojo.
I thought it was a bad TB.
I mean a really bad dude in the dojo. Wall fighting, taking the hits. Give me all you got, and stand up to it and deal with it. Then if you cannot go to a tournament that says light contact, watch your contact to the head, then you need to go back to the dojo and practice control. Okay? So you've either got to be the guy that boom and pulls the punch, not the guy that tries to rip them off. You've got to control the blow. And if you haven't learned, so that's what fighting gives you. It gives you range and distance and mindset, movements, just feeling good about what you're doing. Light on your feet and then strong and powerful. It all comes together. So by knowing yourself in full contact, everything else should be simplistic to you. And it's not about just trophies or ribbons. It's about how did you come out of this? Did you look good? Did you feel good? What are your flaws? I would go back to the dojo after I got off the plane. The minute I came back from a tournament, you know where I'd go to the dojo? You know what I'd do? What?
Train.
I train! Train again! Because that was me. It's where my heart was. And I knew that my mistakes were fresh. So I could go back and work on those. I write them down. So you got to write things down.
Aye, Sensei.
So anyways, that's the first and the fifth move after 4A, 4B is competition. You train in competition kata. All right, everybody sit. So, and as far as weapon katas, making grade does not, as I was taught, you do not need to know weapon katas. You should, the weapons kata is just another leg of your martial arts. So you have the kata in the forms. I'm sorry, you have kata and te kata, open hand, kaishu kata, advanced kata, and then you have kobudo or kobujitsu. Kobudo is like sometimes they talk of it being an old man's art because your body doesn't take the punishment. It's usually, the weapon takes all the punishment. So I was never an avid practitioner of weapons, and I was decent at it, but you can't carry it. You got this, you carry this, right? Carry that and these, right? Okay. We're Sensei Kingston. Show these people Nunchaku Kata Nidan.
Hi, Sensei.
You got yours, or you want mine? Or? Now, what Sensei, you want to do that facing this way, yeah. What Sensei does is he takes his katas and he drills them. He drills them at home. And that's where you get in that different atmosphere, and it's sometimes, because the dojo you get used to, right? And you're outside, wow, this is different. You get kind of lost. So you've got to practice again outside the dojo. All right, go ahead. Nunchaku Kata Nidan.
Nunchaku Kata Nidan.
Right, Hajime. Very nice.
That's why I won first place at the Taikai.
Yes. It is. So, what time do we have? I'll look. It's okay. Okay, it's 10:25. Okay, 10:25. Okay, now, so number 6 of the 8 is combative kata. Combative kata is where you go through it like you're totally on fire, completely mad, super fast, super hard, and disappearing in that kata. I'm very much alive, but I blossom when I get into that state of mind. Right now, I've just started teaching Goju Shiho. And what does Goju Shiho mean? Does anybody know?
54 moves.
What is it?
54 moves.
54 moves.
Go
54 moves.
Ju Shi. 5, 54. It's like 50 is what?
Go to go.
Go.
Jugo. So that's where it's 54 steps, 54 methods, 54 strikes, things of that nature. Subarenpe is 108. They have religious connotations to them all. But let me do Goju. I do Goju Shiho. So I'm rusty at this. So now I can make my excuses, right? Which would be better, that way, Sensei, or this one? This road?
All yours, Sensei.
Face this way or that way? Okay. It's really a beautiful kata. It's Chinese. It doesn't have the flair, the power that I see in some of the other katas I've done. So I just kind of started working on this. I think that's a really beautiful kata to like understand the movements, the more soft movements that the Chinese used. Chinese martial arts is way different than Japanese. These are all palm heel blocks, block, counterattack, striking, fingertip striking. Big Uechi-Ru is another system, uses this kata a lot. Goju-Ru, of course. What's Goju-Ru mean?
Hard soft.
What is it?
Hard soft.
Hard, soft system or family. Goju-Ru. Kanji changes, so does the meaning. So, where's Mr. Gozo? So, I started Mr. Webster, right?
Hey.
I started Mr. Webster in, say, how long ago?
Couple of years.
20 years ago? Okay, go ahead. You got the floor. Say pai kata.
Wait for the camera.
Senpai! Kata!
Nice. So I'll take a student, and also to make a student feel important, a green belt, a brown belt, a white belt. I'll say, what is your take on that, green belt? What do you think about that? I want my students to talk to me. I want to know perhaps I am missing something that's in his brain that he needs. So I teach everybody differently, but I ask everybody questions. So a teacher needs to know how to do that, because those kids are very malleable. Adults as well, who are really loving karate, you know, they want to learn these things. So you need to get them to expand on themselves and say things to you. Not teach robots, just 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, everybody go home. No, it's got to be, again, kata has to be an experience and an awakening for you. And so I'll take Sensei Webster, he'll do a move, and I say, you know, that doesn't do anything for me. I says, you know, I don't say it's crap. I don't say it's crummy. I wouldn't say that to a student. I say the best way to correct a person who may be sensitive is like, look, that's fair, but here's a better way to do it. So all we learn to do as teachers is learn to carry ourselves in a way that cultivates enthusiasm in our students. Enthusiasm comes from the Greek word entho, which means to be godlike. Think about that a minute. Think about enthusiasm. Enthusiasm, yes. Hi.
And everything we do or say, we can either say it in a negative connotation or a positive connotation. So it's, again, up to us inside how we want to say it. Just like you said, on his kata or anything else in life. Wow, you did that terrible, or you do it again, or you do it this way and it'll be better. So it's just all what comes from inside us.
Yeah.
It's either a negative or a positive. And if you look at the world, most of the world throws that negativity out there actually instead of the positive. So to me, I truly tried inside to take that route of, okay, pause for a moment when someone says something instead of just blurting out what might come from my
Well, it really helps if you come in too.
Hi, Sensei. Hi.
It really helps if you're going to lead by mouth, you got to lead by action,
Hi, Sensei.
right?
Hi.
So those are important things.
Hi, Sensei. Domo, Sensei.
Hi, it's very true. You got to show up. You got to show up, girls.
Hi, Sensei.
So anyways, number 5, I got sidetracked there. I get sidetracked easy, but I still remember things. Is the 5th one is the combative one. So you take a kata like the one you just did, okay? And so how do I make that more combative? Well, like I said, I become more aggressive. You know, I become more aggressive in the kata, you know? In my brain, and I'm thinking, I'm gonna freaking kill you. It's one of the things I say, I'm gonna freaking kill you. Or I'll say, give me your best shot. Or take it home, Jack. Make it big time, Jack. Get it together. So I set myself up in my brain. Everybody needs a guide and a mentor, but you've got to set yourself up with your brain later on. How do I reinvent myself? Well, I've got to develop this. Now what can I do? So when I do these things, you know, I'll get very aggressive here. You know, I get really into it. Bang, bang. You know, get into it. Get your head right. Aye! Boom. And this is a slow contraction, by the way. And then this is a launch, and slow, and then go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Hard. Aye! So I move into that zone, which you know very well. So, question.
Sensei.
And when I do that, I'll do it in front of my students. I'll make a mistake. I'll try to make a mistake. I'll throw myself into that so hard that my balance point will break. When you reach that point, because I got steady at the end, I didn't finish it, I just stopped. So I don't know what you want, I want to improve more with my katas. And that's hard for me now, I know. So what? You know, Take your licks and move on. Quit your complaining, you're crying. How many times you go through a whole day complaining? You ever heard the 7-day diet? That goes 7 days without complaining. See if you can do that. Now, one complaint or you have to start over again. But the purpose of it, Mr. Alfino, you're like a 10th degree black belt in complaining. Mr.
You have to be good at something.
Mr. Alfino, with whom I called almost every day or texted him every day when he was going through the cancer stuff. And I'm very proud of him because he made it through. And now, of course, Sensei Webb, you all know, he's in a fight too. Just went through a second round of chemo. But if you read his text or read his personal ones to me, are all about Budo. It's my staple. It's what makes me strong. And the philosophy of surviving and kicking ass and just moving forward and getting the mind right, which in turn does what? It supports the body in healing. It's everything you've done, your success in law, your success with many of the things you've done. Surgery, all the stuff you did, all that came from a mindset. You had your mind made up to do something and you followed through. If you don't follow through, it doesn't work. You've got to follow through, right? So all of you that are successful, what made you a success? Any answers?
Discipline. Persistence.
Discipline.
Persistence.
Persistence.
Drive.
Adaptability.
Adaptability. That's called Ren Kyohen. And to adapt to any situation. Adaptability.
Drive.
Drive.
Wanting to win.
What?
Wanting to win.
Winning. Good answers.
Endurance. Endurance.
Waking up and telling myself I am.
That's a good one too.
Not quitting. Discipline.
Discipline is the key to all those. You gotta have discipline. Can't come down once every 2 weeks. It doesn't freaking work. You might as well stay home. In all seriousness, it just doesn't work. No, wait a second. No, I'm thinking. Just when I just you throw a bolt into my brain just then. All right, so anyways, that was the combative kata. That's called war kata or senso kata. Senso kata, war kata. And then, what's number 6?
Tournament.
What is it?
Adeto tekina. Sensei.
So this is battle.
No, 5 was dento tekina.
Then 6.
6 is combative. My mistake. Combat. 7 is when we take pieces and drill pieces. You know, when they hold class, sometimes they just go through regimented techniques over and over again. You know what you can do in class to make kata better? Take a piece of kata. 1, 2, 3. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Keep doing it. 1, 2, 3. You keep doing that as part of the class. So now you got a student that's getting in shape, a student that's building his condition, a student that's pushing himself to the limit and mastering his kata in class. Ren Kyohen is what you people need to all have in life. And you have that. But the most important thing of all of what you said is vision. You've got to have vision about where you want to go. I mean, it's a difficult world out there for people right now. They're getting lost. They don't know what to do with themselves. Most people don't have discipline, but too bad for them, good for you. Too bad for them, good for you. Okay, so I think that's as far as we want to go because I like to go through the rest of the program here, and we could just go ahead and cut that out if you want. So, hold on, don't stop it. So, anyways, I wanted to thank you all.
There's your camera.
I wanted to thank, okay, who's that, Biden? Okay. Okay. All right, so, national, international people, thank you very much for being a part of this. I hope this helps you. I hope this opens a gate for you to walk through and ask more questions. I hope this is a program that you gain something from it that you'll return in with an email or comments or why don't you or can you. Ask me questions. I'll put a good post on the web sometimes a philosophy post and I'll get like. Well, what's your opinion? What the hell? What's your questions? Are you using your brain or are you just watching on the couch? You've got to get off your rear end and really make something of yourself. You got this kata to do it now. You got to have that energy. You cannot let anyone or anything stop you from your own personal growth. Satisfy yourself. So anyways, thank you. Contact Cordilla Sensei, contact Sizer Sensei, Mason, any of those senior instructors, and then send your questions over to me. Anything from you people? We're going to be moving on here. Let's line up first. Feels good. Thank you. Okay, everybody, why don't you all... Okay, so I want you to arigato gozaimasu to the international teams. Ready? Arigato gozaimasu. Arigato gozaimasu. Oh, arigato gozaimasu! Thank you, international.
Right.
All right. Shinkokyu, breathe, stretch.